When Quiet Tecmo released Nioh in 2017, many thought that the game was too similar to Dark Souls. We were quite strongly of the opinion that the game stood on its own 2 feet, and the reception of From Software's take on the action genre via Sekiro emphasized the differences between From Software and Team Ninja. Now that Nioh 2 is confirmed to release in March of next year, we can take an in-depth look at the impressions from the closed beta and the open beta demo to tell you what's new with Nioh 2, what isn't, and answer the community question, is it just Nioh with a new layer of paint? Team Ninja is best known for its perfectionist action title Ninja Gaiden. Being an avid fan of the genre and having played more hours than can be healthy of their titles, Nioh felt like a new and compelling RPG take on the ninja and samurai concepts. Heavily action-focused, the original title followed William's story and had interesting but linear levels with some unimportant shortcuts and an emphasis on the boss fight. The first and most welcome change coming with Nioh 2 is therefore the character creation feature. The events in Nioh 2 happened before William Adams ever arrived in Japan, and you are free to make your own avatar with a myriad of options covering gender, race, height, weight, and everything in between. While I don't mind playing as William, I do certainly enjoy making my own hero and fully immersing in the adventure as myself. Taking this a step further, the game lets you customize your appearance from the hut at any point, so you're not stuck with your choices and can always keep things fresh. While Nioh's DLC added weapon types to the base game, those who didn't get the entire package will be thrilled to learn all DLC weapon types are making it to the base game for the prequel, in addition to new categories. Meet the Hatchets, fast dual-handed weapons scaling with skill, courage, and stamina. Hatchets are fun weapons designed to run a quick barrage of attacks, giving you bonuses to grapple damage and allowing you to enhance your ki recovery and reduce incoming damage when you're low on health. There's also the new Switch Glaives, Nioh's interpretation of a Bloodborne trick weapon. This scythe-like polearm scales with magic, constitution, and skill, making them an excellent option for those wanting to focus on magic. With decent reach and a very interesting moveset, Switch Glaives have some passives similar to Hatchets and allow you to recover 20% of your health with its active skill. Nioh had its version of an ultimate state where you would use your guardian spirit as an enhancement to your weapon. Nioh 2 is taking this a step further by actually merging you and your spirit. With similar benefits to those of Living Weapon, each spirit now has special attacks and each type of spirit provides a special bonus. In brute form, you cannot be staggered by enemy attacks. Fang Break allows you to repel enemy attacks. Repelling an attack will inflict a heavy staggering effect on a human enemy. Yokai enemies will both be staggered and forced to release some of their Amrita. In Pharaoh form, you can dodge while performing quick attacks. Executing a quick attack again during a dodge allows you to proceed to the next step of this attack combo. Additionally, dodging an enemy's attack immediately before it makes contact will sometimes produce Amrita. In Phantom form, you cannot be staggered by enemies' attacks. Blood Moon, Yin allows you to launch your weapon at an enemy. If your weapon finds its mark, you will instantly be teleported to your enemy's side. Blood Moon Yang also allows you to throw your weapon by tapping the command for the opposing attack while performing a quick or strong attack. The Yokai Realm mechanic has been expanded so that now it's not just a pool on the floor that you might disperse with a key pulse, but it is instead a whole section of the map that will not dispel until you kill a specific yokai or reduce the boss's health threshold. This is a very interesting and refreshing mechanic that works in unison to the revamped and expanded yokai. Team Ninja has introduced more enemies to face and made yokai more challenging by increasing their placements and giving them a special burst move. They flash red as they prepare to do a unique and often devastating attack. If you act quickly, you can counter their move with one of your own, which will result in a convenient opening to deal lots of damage to the yokai. Yokai now also drop soul cores, which are special items that must be purified at a shrine and can then be attuned to your guardian spirit so that you may gain some stat benefits, and most importantly, some amazing yokai skills. The soul cores are not unique and drop based on your level, so you'll obtain many of them that you can then merge to rank up their effects, making them more and more powerful. Besides the core changes, there are other and more subtle additions and tweakings to the game. Easy ones like the addition of the Scampus, Sudama, and Mimic yokai bring some exploration fun to the levels, but there's another layer of changes that is not so easily seen. Level design seems superior to that of the first game, not just in verticality, but also considering revamped enemy placements and finding a lot more enemies per map. This is further expanded by the Expedition system that allows you to find multiplayer partners and adjust the amount of enemies in the level to keep the fights challenging for you and your group. There's also the new option to talk to some NPCs that you find during your travels, and one of them even joins you during your missions. The tweaking of skill trees and experience per weapon seems to encourage using many of the different weapon types and having a go at becoming more proficient with all of them, something that Nioh 1 failed to do for me. This is an exciting change, as even if you'd underperform due to the scaling, it would be interesting to see us changing weapons based on the mission to go for. So is it Nioh 1.5? This question leaves out a very important aspect of a sequel, which is, what should be different? Why is it that we didn't hear anyone say Dark Souls 2 was Dark Souls 1.5? After all, the core combat mechanics, summoning, asynchronous, and theme were the same. I think that a large part of this question comes from the graphics and from a desire to see Koei Tecmo change a lot of core aspects of combat that didn't sit well with some players. For my part, I don't have that need, but I do think that the graphics could use a retouch, given by the time this comes out, Nioh will be 3 years old. Nioh 2 is not showing all of its cards yet, so we were strictly going off the demo, and many people think that the game is just too similar to Nioh 1. While I see where they are coming from and would like to see some more obvious aspects like the graphics improved, I think there is a substantial difference to the feel of gameplay that is very hard to convey, as the total is more than the sum of its parts. I had a lot of fun with Nioh. I found the loot addicting in a Diablo-esque way, the yokai interesting in a Witcher fashion, and the combat up to snuff versus both Souls and other action titles. Nioh 2 is not reinventing the wheel, but it is adding subtle changes that do more than polish a good experience. They make me excited to discover and learn things I had not known before. Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 added little in terms of mechanics to differentiate themselves from the original, and in the end, you can always beat the game without leveling up once. Nioh is following a similar path, but this upcoming installment has already shown me that I will indeed get addicted to its very entertaining co-op, and promises to give me a more fleshed out and distinctive world that I will not be able to resist exploring. We'll have to wait for the full release to know the extent of changes, improvements, and new things to do, but I'm already convinced that the fun factor is on a whole new scale, and that is, in the end, all that matters. Stay tuned for more Nioh 2 coverage leading up to the launch of the game in March of next year, and be sure to check out the Nioh 2 wiki for all your needs, and be sure to help add information so that other players can make it through the game.